Hello and welcome to the video for approving Canvasser data. In this video we will show you the process for efficiently reviewing Canvasser data before approving it to be sent to your main database and combined with your other existing flag data. So what this feature does is it lets you review, or you can choose not to review, the data that comes back from each of your canvassers out in the field to make sure that they did what they were supposed to do and that it meets your quality standards. So let's dive in, and we are going to go to the program homepage. So we're looking at the key statistics and the daily statistics, and the first thing that you'll notice if you have data for approval is you will have these messages showing that you have data waiting for approval. Click here to review. So both of these messages will take you to the same place, but if you click on them, it will take you to a page in the program for approving and reviewing Canvasser data. Another way to get to this location, however, is you can go to Outreach, Door-to-Door Canvassing, and then Approve, Review Canvasser data. Alright, so from this page there are many different ways that you can review the data. The most simple way is to start and just say Show Canvassing Data Pending Only, which means that it is in a pending status and has not yet been approved and sent to your main data. And what we're going to do here is we put in for this report, we're going to click Process this report, and now we can see all of the data that's come in for all of the projects within the last 5 days. You can change this, and you can add a custom date range. However you want to do it, you can filter by organizing team or organizer, or by individual canvasser. You can also export this data, but you need to click on the process report to load this data grid. So from here, you can see the canvasser's name and their assignments, which is like their project. You can see how many doors were knocked, contacts, non-contacts, geo-check, and timing check, and when this was done. So if we click on the canvasser's name, we will then see the data. And you can see all of the flags that were recorded by this individual. So you can see that they recorded a not home, an undecided, and a not home. And so you can see the question. There was no question, it was just a non-contact. Here the question is, can we count on your support? The response was undecided, and here's the date, and you can scroll through all of these. Now, in most cases, what you're going to do is you're going to say, I trust Joe, I trust Jane, and you can just go in and click on their work in total, or click here for everybody, and then click on the Approve Selected Assignments. And that's an easy way to do it. What you can do here is, by going back and looking at the detail, this allows you to be a little bit more granular, and you could say, okay, I want this one, I don't want this one, and I want this one. So you can approve by the individual person. By the way, these are fake names. It's not all Emma and John Smith. So this is a nice way to see who did what and then approve the data. There are other reports. This is the same report, but only for the approved individuals. This shows you the pending and approved, so they're different filters. The other thing that you can do is you can look at the history. So once this is done, you can go in and you can see, okay, so for this project and this assignment, we approved this many, rejected this many, and this many were pending. And by clicking on here, you can review that data. So it's a slightly different type of report. The next report is the Show Canvasser Route on Map. And this is a very cool report, and very effective for demonstrating canvasser work in the field. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to go to the city here, and we're going to look at a canvasser's work. And I think that the area is over here. So I'm going to click on this area here. And what this lets me do is see all the individual households for Joe and Jane. And so I can see the order that they walked, and I can see all the houses that they contacted. And so this is really nice because I can see how they walked, and it gives me a little bit more confidence in the work that they did. But the coolest part of this process is a checkbox here that says show the canvasser location. And what this lets me know is where the canvassers were located when they recorded these flags. So right here, I can see that they were physically at these houses when they recorded these flags. So this is a very valuable tool for confirming and reviewing and feeling confident about your canvasser's work. An example of this not going well is in this case here, and this case, where we're showing the canvassers walked here, but now when we show the location's over here, which means that they were not walking, along these doors. They went to the McDonald's on the corner here, and then filled out their mobile app and entered in all the data. So one of the things that I suggest that Canvas managers do is show their canvassers this feature and how they're going to be measured and reviewed. And this will just by itself show that you should not be, that the canvassers should prevent the canvassers from going in and not doing the canvassing process correctly and actually physically walking to these doors. So this allows you to see all the data. There's a really cool feature if you trust all your canvassers and you don't want to be dealing with this. You can simply click on the auto approve, and what this will do is every night this will automatically approve the data. But what we're going to do right now is we're going to go back here and we're going to look at this data. We're going to simply click on all the checkboxes, click on approve selected assignments. So nothing will show up on this list now because everything has been approved. And now if we go back to the home page, we are no longer going to see the messages saying that we have approved data. And at this point, if you are tracking your key statistics or your daily statistics, and if you refresh the numbers, they will go up slightly as far as with the change as this data is added to the account data. So that covers it for approving Canvasser data. Thank you for watching.